Hey guys, and welcome to Learning Plan 5. I hope my voice holds out in order to do this entire presentation. But let's go right into it for our learning activities for LP5. So you guys are going to complete the TT Leadership Style Self-Assessment at wiley.com. I'm actually going to do that too and report my results in the discussion as well. You're going to read Chapter 12 in Organizational Behavior. Also review the Chapter 12 PowerPoint presentation. You're going to complete your bibliography and watch the YouTube video, Steve Jobs' Organizational Structure. You're going to also participate in the discussion, which we've already been doing. View the LP5 seminar, which is what you're doing, and complete the assessment. And then complete the LP5 final exam. So our final paper, as you know, you guys have been working on the final paper throughout this entire course. So this time you're going to work on Section 5, implementation. So you're going to explain how would you use the concepts found in your textbook to implement the recommendations. You're going to develop a communication model to support the implementation of your recommendations. You're also going to do Section 6, conclusion. And you're going to summarize the main points of your paper. So you're going to identify at least 5 things you learned writing this paper that you can apply to your organization or one with which you are familiar. These 2 sections of the paper should be 3 to 6 pages long. I've already had this question here. So the final paper should be 12 to 16 pages long. So you should have been building on that throughout the entire thing. And if you want to make changes as we do the seminar or you learn something else, you're welcome to do that. And then, of course, you're going to submit it to the Dropbox. Okay, so your seminar assessment. This is what I need for you to do. I want you to evaluate yourself based on the assessments you took during the class. Basically asking the question, who are you? Just identify your strengths and weaknesses and how you build on strengths and improve weaknesses. Make this 500 words or less, guys, because I really want you to focus on your final paper so you can get a good grade. This is interesting little articles and quotes that I found at Harvard Business Review, so I just wanted to throw this out there to make you guys, or to give you a better understanding of culture and how different people look at culture. So here you see the quote, culture is how organizations do things. Culture is consistent, observable patterns of behavior in organizations. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. And then here's another one. In large part, culture is a product of compensation, by Alec Harvestig. So culture is powerfully shaped by incentives. The best predictor of what people will do is what they are incentivized to do. By incentives, we mean the full set of incentives, monetary rewards, non-monetary rewards such as status recognition and advancement, and sanctions. And I apologize for my voice, guys. I'm doing the best I can. Organizational culture defines a jointly shared description of an organization from within. So culture is a process of sense-making in organizations. Sense-making has been defined as a collaborative process of creating shared awareness and understanding out of different individuals, perspectives, and varied interests. Organizational culture is a sum of values and rituals which serve as the glue to integrate the members of an organization. So culture is a carrier of meaning. Culture provides not only a shared view of what is, but also of why is. In this view, culture is about the story in which people in the organization are embedded and the values and rituals that reinforce that narrative. I find that one pretty interesting. So organizational culture is civilization in the workplace. So basically looked at it as culture is a social control system. Here the focus is the role of culture in promoting and reinforcing right thinking and behaving, and sanctioning wrong thinking and behaving. Key in the definition of this culture is the idea of behavioral norms that must be upheld and associated social sanctions that are imposed on those who don't stay within the lines. And culture is the organization's immune system. Culture is a form of protection that's evolved from situational pressures. It prevents wrong thinking and wrong people from entering the organization in the first place. And I actually like that quote there. Organizational culture is shaped by the main culture of the society we live in, with greater emphasis on particular parts of it. So organizational culture is shaped by and overlaps with all the other cultures, especially the broader culture of the societies in which it operates. This observation highlights the challenges that global organizations face in establishing and maintaining a unified culture when operating in the context of multiple national, regional, and local cultures. So, an organization is a living culture that can adapt to the reality as fast as possible. And I really like this one because finally, cultures are dynamic, they shift consistently in response to external and internal changes. So, when you try to assess organizational culture, is complicated by the reality that you're trying to hit a moving target because it's constantly changing. But it also opens the possibility that culture change can be managed as a continuous process rather than through big shifts. And when they say big shifts, it's often in response to a crisis. Likewise, it highlights the idea that a stable destination may never, indeed should never, be reached. The culture of an organization should always be learning and developing. And guys, that's an important thing to remember. Culture in an organization is always learning and development because it's constantly changing. So this was retrieved from Harvard Business Review, and there's the website there. It wouldn't be a bad idea if you guys wanted to check out articles. I always like the Harvard Business Review because they're peer-reviewed articles and they're considered scholarly research, so you can use them in your papers. But anyway, guys, it has been a pleasure being with you. I wish you all the best on your journey forward, and if I can ever do anything for you, you have my email, and I will be glad to. Good luck, guys.